my county has more farms in total number than any other county in the state of New York. And we have over 1,600 dairy farms. We also have over 20,000 acres in grapes, and we have over 20 wineries, family farm wineries. And not everybody understands how time-sensitive the harvest is when it comes to grapes. Because as the grapes mature, the sugar content in the grape changes. And you reach a critical time where the grapes must be harvested. And if you wait beyond that time, and if there's a storm coming and it rains, it affects the crop because the water is picked up into the grape. And if you hit a frost, it affects the grapes. And when you run a vineyard, your entire income depends on that one window where you're doing the harvest. And when those grapes reach their peak and they meet the criteria that you need, because all the wineries have criteria in terms of the number of bricks, and by the way, we're talking about sugar content, not construction. When they reach the right number of bricks, you must harvest it, and you must do it right now. And when they start that harvest, they don't stop until the harvest is in. And if they have inclement weather coming, they work around the clock. This is not a factory where it works 9 to 5. When you start the harvest, you must bring it in. And if you don't, if you take Sunday off, you risk losing the farm, literally losing the farm. And in the dairy farms, you must milk the cows every single day, multiple times. And depending on the size of the farm, you have staff that are, on the farm 24/7. This is not a 9 to 5 job. In my county, we don't have large farms. Our average farm is about 142 acres. That's not a big farm. The average farm income is below $30,000 net. These are not mega farms like you see out in Kansas, where they're just going miles and miles with huge carbines. These are family-owned farms. And so when we take a good idea like labor laws that apply in the context of a manufacturing facility, and we put it out in the context of a farm, where you have to deal with weather, you have to deal with the sun, you have to deal with varying ripe times, and you have to deal with extraordinarily tight time frames. It just doesn't work. And so here we take overtime provisions and we apply them to farms in a way that's harder and stricter than what we apply to industry. Really? In industry, you can work 4 10-hour days. That's okay without incurring overtime. We don't allow that in a farm. We don't allow what's happening out there in industry to be done on our own farms under this bill. I appreciate the fact that the sponsor has repeatedly said, I'm open to ideas, I'm open to suggestions. I look forward to taking her up on that. But until we address this and make it possible for our farms to survive and prosper in New York State, we should not proceed with this legislation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.